Roger, it's a real pleasure to have you with us today. I just wanted to start by asking, almost 12 months on from the pandemic, really, how you feeling? I know it feels like it's been almost a year since kind of the global shutdown of travel and destinations occurred. What are your kind of your hopes and kind of what are your feelings now for the US tourism industry?
It's extraordinary that you've reminded me that it's almost 12 months. Last April or May, we were thinking another couple of months and this would be behind us. So, one, it's been the most serious thing we've ever experienced in the United States, 9 times worse than September 11th. $500 billion loss, half the people in travel unemployed. But I'm looking at it positively. The vaccine notice is very important. We're starting to see that roll out very quickly. And the main thing it does is it starts giving people confidence to travel. So I'm actually looking at probably second quarter of this year for international to be coming back, holidays to be coming back with a stronger second half of the year, and really 2022 being the year of the comeback, beginning of the comeback decade for the travel industry. Many people say 2025. I'm not buying it. I think people are ready to travel, sick of being cooped up, and want to get together again.
Yeah, I certainly share your positive thoughts in there, Roger. I just wanted to get a sense of as an American, obviously, it's been a incredibly interesting, it's been interesting, probably a polite way, time for us watching it in the UK, politically what's been going on. Kind of what's the mood like among US travel leaders at the moment? Do you think that with the new administration coming in, there might be some sense of normalcy, maybe a more kind of a calm amongst the country? Do you think that might appeal to international visitors more? Obviously, perhaps they can't travel at the moment, but perhaps in their mindset that might change that perhaps.
Well, as we say in the travel industry, as we do, we're apolitical. We work with both sides. And actually, to tell you the truth, I think this is going to be very positive for travel with the Biden administration. We've been working with them actually before the election, working with both sides. We always cover our bets. But with the transition team and now with his new cabinet people, I think the Biden administration is going to be very prone to try and open up international travel safely as quickly as possible. I also think they're going to be very prone to stimulus and measures that will get America moving again, and travel is probably the quickest way to make that happen.
And in terms of how you get the US tourism industry open again, I know in your recent speech, you mentioned testing as well. Do you think that is the biggest way to get the industry open again to international travel, to get Americans traveling again? What do you think the biggest challenges are right now in terms of opening up the industry, Roger?
I think there's several challenges to opening up the industry. First, domestically in the United States is inconsistency. You're speaking to me right now from Florida, which is pretty much wide open and practicing safe practices, protocols. California, which is virtually closed. So we need to have consistent situation around the United States. We need to get rid of quarantines. No one is going to go anywhere if they think they're going to have to be quarantined for 14 days when they get there. We need to get testing for inbound international. I want to be very clear how I say this. Testing, we think, is the right thing to do for inbound international because it'll be the fastest way to get international travel going again around the world. Not for domestic. For domestic, it is a fraught with problems of how do you do it? How do you take 800 airports and 400 million tests before a flight and before the next flight? It's just an impossibility. But to open up international testing, more vaccines and more people practicing their protocols. And the most important thing, Tom, is what we're talking about now, is media telling people what's going on, telling good stories when people travel, when they have a successful meeting, a successful trip. That's what is going to give other people confidence to travel.
And when do you hope, you mentioned it at the start there, you think kind of Q2, perhaps towards the middle of the year, the summer, are you looking towards that, perhaps that Independence Day, July, the 4th, to really kind of open the country up? I know that the vaccine rollout's been very, it's strong, it's definitely there, and it's definitely going at pace as well. And it's the same in the UK. Are you hoping that by the summer things will have opened up and enough of the population will be vaccinated?
That's our feeling. The drive market in the United States is only down about 5%. Now people are going to the outdoor areas, to the beaches and things like that. It's still not good for the city, the urban environments. but we have to bring back meetings and conventions and group, which will probably have beginning to happen in the summer. I was very encouraged when I saw Boris Johnson just the other day talk about being optimistic for UK travel for holiday season. So I think if we both work together, the most important market we have right now is UK, followed by EU and Japan. So if we can open up UK, I think that will show the rest of the world how it can be done.
And are you already seeing, through your members, Roger, are you already seeing good demand from the UK? And does that follow suit of our conversation? It's from summer onwards, perhaps?
There's no question about it. Our research shows that the citizens in the UK very badly want to get on the road again. They want to travel again. And where they travel, the United States is way up there in places they'd like to go.
And in 2017, I know when your previous president came in, there was talks of a Trump slump, perhaps even travel media or travel industry professionals were kind of talking about it. Whether or not that actually came to fruition, we don't necessarily know. But do you think you could perhaps see a Joe Biden bounce maybe this summer? We could get people back in. The country feels good again, post-COVID.
I think so. I think there's a tremendous opportunity for the Biden administration to use travel and tourism to get the economy and jobs moving again. They're certainly predisposed to doing that. We'll be meeting with the president, with several CEOs, hopefully in March is our plan. He's got a busy schedule, but the sooner the travel industry can get in front of him, he understands travel, but I think we got to really bring it home on how travel is really the fulcrum to get the economy moving.
Yeah, and not even necessarily from a leisure point of view, but also from an economic driver. Is that the argument you say that you really want to kind of drive home to President Biden?
Correctly, because from the leisure standpoint, we're doing actually pretty well, but it's the business and the meeting standpoint and international travel. And no one realizes how interconnected everything is. Nothing happens till someone makes a trip. Buying a second home, planning a vacation, deciding where their children are going to go to college, relocating a business. All that starts with a trip. So travel is tied to everything that happens economically.
And finally, Roger, what are your hopes for the rest of the year? Do you believe that obviously with the vaccine rollout as it is, things will pick up towards that second half of the year? And obviously, time is so difficult to predict things at the moment. But kind of, do you and the members confident that will work out towards the summer?
That's our belief. Of course, you never know what the next step could be, but as we're seeing things move forward, we're very confident we're going to see things start up strongly this summer and followed by a good fall. And 2022, I'm an optimist. This industry has always proven it's more resilient than people think.
And what kind of message would you say to UK travel advisors watching this, perhaps considering whether the US is a good bet for their clients, or wanting to get some more information on what it's like on the ground at the moment? I know you mentioned states have very different rules at the moment. But what would you say? You're moving in the right direction, and things perhaps will get better. Just give you some time, perhaps.
Well, we started a program in the United States called Let's Go There. And it was encouraging people to plan travel. So my message to the UK travel advisors is start planning now. One, there are tremendous deals out there. When travel starts picking up in the summer, those deals will disappear. The airlines and the hotels have very loose cancellation change policies. So you're not even risking money. So my message to the British travel planners is book now, get people planning, and then as the time is right, we'll get them on the road and we'll get back together again.